All right, in this video, you now have your plan, you have your base shape, and you're going to start to follow your plan. Okay, so the cool part about clay is you can draw these lines with a toothpick, and if you don't like something, you can just use your finger and smudge it out and try again. You're not pressing very hard, it's kind of like your pencil. Um, is just to get an idea so you're not committed with a knife. So make sure you're getting a toothpick and Anya knows where it is. You can ask her. I showed her yesterday. And once you like your line, just go slow and go over it at least twice and you'll be able to take it off. So another trick is to turn it upside down. You'll clearly see if something is even or not. It kind of tricks your brain to see um, if things are even. So make sure you turn it upside down. Okay, so now I have the bottom half of my mask. I want to raise the nose a little bit. Everybody's drawing is going to be different. So just know that going in here, you're just seeing what I'm doing and you're going to adjust based off of your mask. Before I raise the nose, hopefully you're seeing that I'm using my fingers as a vise with a little bit of water, and I'm trying to smooth those edges that I just cut. Every time that you're going to cut the clay, you are going to smooth the edges. So I just took a little bit of paper towel to raise the edge. I want to make sure that there's a bigger space for the nose. You can see that I'm pressing down a little bit to create the shape of the nose. You're going to definitely see how this works when you're forming your clay. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the eyes. The trick with that, what you're not seeing in here is you just have to keep kind of molding your mask, all of the edges. That's what I'm working on here. You might have to, I feel like I might have to add some clay down there to get it to be really smooth. The clay is really wet right now, so I do want to make sure I'm doing the inside of the nose. We'll have to do that Monday when it dries a little bit. Okay, so the eyes, you have two options. You can just draw it with the toothpick again, but it's really stressful to try to make them even. You can definitely do it that way. An easier way is to get a piece of paper and just kind of look at the shape and you're just going to draw it. So I'm not sure how big I want them, so I'm going to draw two different versions and just going to cut them out and put them on the paper so then I'll know for sure. You only have to draw one because after you cut it out, you're going to flip it over for the other side. So it's not a big deal. I'm going to do this for the ears too so that it doesn't take as long. Got my triangle shape. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to do two options. I'm going to do one taller and one shorter, cut it out, and then I'll be able to know for sure if it's the right shape. So again, you can just draw with a toothpick, but I kind of like this better at making some templates. It just seems to work better. Okay, so after you cut them out, just kind of hold it up to your mask and see if you like the size that you drew. If you do, you're just going to use the toothpick then to trace it. Again, you're not pressing very hard with the toothpick, but you want to make sure that you can see the line, and then you'll cut it out with a knife. So again, toothpicks, super easy, kind of like a pencil. You just push your finger on. Now this is the trick, is to get it in the right spot. So you kind of want to look at the tips. Make sure the tips stay even. So the front tip you want to sort of be even and the back tip to go up. But otherwise, and again, you flip it. You don't want it to go in the same direction. So here, it's this way, and I just want to double check. And so I flipped it. Looks pretty good. And okay, so I'm going to trace it. and then cut it out with a knife. You're going to want to go slow. So just use even pressure, just slight pressure to get the first cut, and then go a little bit heavier on your second cut. As soon as you cut them out, you're going to need to blend what you see. I forgot to put a paper towel, so make sure that you're going to paper towel in between. And hopefully you see here that I have my hand is holding it in the back, trying to stabilize. If you can see through the eyes, I have my thumb and my fingers are spread way out as I'm trying to kind of hold this mask as I'm evening out some of these edges now that I have it up. So hopefully you can see that my hands are a vise where I'm using my 2 fingers and my top finger to kind of spread and push the clay. The clay is really soft right now. So you sort of have to be gentle, but then not. So you'll figure it out. Okay. So once here I have my eyes cut out, I'm going to smooth the eyes on the inside, and now I'm smoothing the eyes on the outside. I now can start cutting the extensions. So I just want to double check that I like the size. Looks good. One thing that I don't like, I forgot to make a little ledge. So when I'm going to trace this, so here's my initial cut, and I don't like that, so I'm just going to alter it a little bit. Hopefully you can see here that the ears go out a little bit, so I'm just going to alter it before my final cut. And again, just smear the clay in the middle. And because this is my new shape, I can just take this one and flip it and just trace it. Okay, that's it. Now I have both my extensions. You just want to kind of clean up your clay a little bit to stay organized. Okay, so I now want to shape the ears a little bit where I want it to be folded. So I'm wetting it and using my fingers to get it to curve a little bit. I'm just running my fingers down the middle. I'm going to blend the edges. Okay, then I'm just going to eyeball these a little bit. I just want to, again, make sure that you flip it. Crease the middle. I'm doing exactly the same thing that I did before, creasing the middle and blending the sides. The last thing that you want to do is just make sure that they look good together.